Still not another dull week in Upland in episode 221. You got bundle passes. You have competitive earnings now, which is very interesting. Some cool little carts and block explorers with map assets and so much more. And a recap of the ETH bundles and how that went. Don't want to miss all of it. Stay tuned.
The UPX Podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host too stupid to win and ThankMeLater. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland property experts, baby, UPX.
Welcome to episode 221 of the Upland Property Experts Podcast. I'm your host, Too Stupid to Win, and as always, joined by ThankMeLater. How we doing, brother?
What up? Doing good.
So I got my weeks mixed up. I am not remote this week. I'm at my normal place this week. Next week, I will be back at my
No one
in-laws.
remembered that you even said that.
Oh, yeah. People call us out all the time on stuff, so they remember stuff. They really, really do. But yeah, a lot of stuff went on this week. We have, I even forgot to mention that they released 2 cities and people have gobbled up anything that wasn't FSA pretty much already. For 2 new starter cities, we'll talk about Stockton and Trenton on both coasts. You have big game bundles going on for the big game that's upcoming. They released the Monster Mayhem, once again with the burn functions going on. And of course, the most exciting topic of the week is the gamified earnings. I know you're excited about that.
Yeah, I think so. I think, again, we're first week of February. This is traditionally slow time. Upland has not slowed down. They are pedal to the metal as far as I'm concerned. If they keep this pace up, especially leading up to Genesis week in a couple months, whoo.
Right?
This is as fast as I've seen Upland churn out content. And I'll be honest, it doesn't feel as flimsy as some of the stuff earlier. And I hate to even say it like that. I don't want to call out NFLPA any more than I have to, but like some of those things, it didn't feel as cohesive. Honestly, things seem to be running on all cylinders a lot smoother, even with the Ethereum hiccups of technical issues, getting that through. It seems like they're taking care of the crypto bros. It seems like they got gamification, the Monster Mayhem, so there's new partnerships. I love monster trucks. I'm a huge fan of monster trucks. So I would have liked to see more branding. If it's truly like Monster Mayhem monster trucks, that's Monster Jam style. I don't know. I didn't see in the thing. I don't know if it's actually licensed Monster Jam.
No, it's not. It was just, they're calling it a Monster Mayhem. They're going to do some monster trucks, but that it could foreshadow some partnership.
So for me, I want that branding, that, even though it's not like a big brand logo, Monster Jam, Gravedigger. You give me a Gravedigger NFT, I'm going nuts. I love Gravedigger. I love me some Monster Jam. That is really cool. We had 2 starter city releases, which is insane. So again, they are really just, pumping it out. I hope they keep this pace up. It's great. There's only
there's only 10 of those burner carts. Yeah. If you do the math of what you got to burn and what's going to be released, and it's going to be interesting.
So wait, so is it?
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. A lot to talk about. Very excited. And we already have an idea of what we expect to be released close to Genesis week or release Genesis week. We're Well, we know the STEM token won't be released because they want to do 5 cycles of the totem. So it will be
Yeah.
sometime after it, but we might be closer to an announcement of STEM. But you also have the Sparklet going onto the exchanges. Yeah, I could see that the way that they're moving, it could come out sometime around then too for a launch. So a lot of cool things. And then they always have some sort of surprise for Genesis Week too. Very interesting to see what goes on there. Now, on another note, I was driving my daughter back from gymnastics today, and I was talking to one of my buddies on the phone, and it was in the car, and he cursed, and she said, "Dad, I got a question." I'm like, "What?"
Oh boy.
She said, she dialed my friend's name. I hear him swearing, and I've listened to songs that have swearing, but you won't let me listen to the podcast. I said, "No, you can't listen to the podcast." She put it on Spotify on her school computer, and she's been listening to it. I'm like, "Stop listening to us." I said, "You can't listen to us. We talk about stuff that's inappropriate. Can't listen to us." She goes, "Oh, so ripping off a toenail is not kid appropriate?" I'm like, "Stop listening to us."
That's
Look into it, listening.
I mean,
I said, "We say things and you're going to ask your mom what something means, and it's not going to end well for me." And she said, "What does that mean?" I go, "Forget that I mentioned that part too." Stop. Stop.
no, it's gonna take a couple weeks for me to get another one that I can rip off. So
Don't. But
oh, I
yeah,
heard-
she was all about this, like wanting to listen. I said, "Nope, just don't."
man, must be nice. I'm not listening to that nonsense. Although, except for that, remember that one, the one girl I dated for that, like, I mean, I wouldn't even say dated. Like, you remember?
Yeah, the girl from Nigeria.
A girl from Nigeria. She like after like one, like we went out one time and she was like listening and commenting. It was, I hope she's not. I mean, if she's still listening, what up, girl? But like that was scary. That was a little intense.
Yes.
Bro,
So-
I'm eating. Come on, please. Are you asking for more toe action, Rick?
No,
Like, I don't
no,
like,
no,
you're like,
no.
I'm eating. Give me that
No.
sweet toe sauce.
No, not at all. So we got a lot going on for the show. Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Don't encourage me.
All right, let's jump right into the fun of the week. Get us a secondary market update going on. Going back 1 week, nothing really. Tokyo jumped 17.85% on their UPX floor. London jumped 12% on their US dollar floor. Other than that, pretty stable week. Pretty solid numbers from top to bottom.
I will be interested to see if any of the season stuff, how that affects the market. Because like I know I went and I had to buy a couple secondary, like I'm going to buy a couple secondary properties to complete my thing. Although I maybe I need to make I meant to like make some slides around, like I got like it grinds my gears kind of thing in the game of like things that are just way harder to do than they should be in Upland at this point. Like I'm kind of I'm trying to enjoy getting back into actually playing Upland on a nearly daily basis, like logging in, zooming around, building buildings, like trying to get into it. But there are still some quality of life things that, and maybe there's tips and tricks, and maybe I'll ask the audience, like, how do y'all deal with it? But like for me, specifically decorating, holy F, like, it used to be so easy to decorate. You just go select a property and it would show you all the related things and you just put it on and Bob's your uncle. Now it's like, here's all the things. Oh, it's not on, like, it's not, the box isn't on your property, so you can't decorate it. But there's no easy way to get to that box to then move it to the property. Like, I have thousands of properties and hundreds of decorations. Like, are you effing kidding me? This is an impossible nightmare situation. I hate it so much. And I'm pissed because I actually flew to several cities. I actually bought several of the Rio the carnival decorations for Frost. But it is so infuriating to try and get it onto the property. Like I like logged out. I was like, I'm done for it today because I'm just so pissed off because this is so unplayable. Not to mention it crashes. The app crashes like so much still. Like when you go into heavily populated areas with lots of stuff in it, it just crashes the app all the time.
Because you're on an iPhone.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Do you not crash?
Mine doesn't crash.
Ever?
No.
You're not playing hard enough.
I guess not.
Do you have enhanced graphics on? I found like if I take out a bunch of the things. Oh, there you go. And probably no 3D objects either. Like, what are you playing on? You're playing on like DOS mode. It's just it's just a text version of Upland.
No, I do have the 3D objects on.
All right. But yeah, no, I'm curious because I'm curious like if it impacts the secondary sales. It definitely got me going and purchasing, which again, can we also talk about how infuriating the purchasing process is for NFT? Like, holy cow. I want to buy these decorations. It is so cumbersome to have them all over the world. It costs thousands of UPX to travel to these cities. There's no guarantee that the item will be there when you get there. It is a terrible system. So as much as, and I got plenty of praise for Upland on the seasons, which I know some people have gripes about, but, and I'll praise them on that. But y'all, if you are expecting people to play this, and yeah, if I had 5 properties, like probably not an issue because I can just move the one box to my one property. But for serious players who have serious assets, like this is impossible to do. And even just scrolling to see my assets of my decorations and which seasons, like there's no filter. There's nothing in that asset thing. It's unreal. Oh yeah. And then searching for collections properties. That's so true. Cause now you have to have it. Especially
you go to the collection. Oh, when you want to decorate.
Yeah. Like
yeah, gotcha. So I was going to say, you just go to the collection, pick a property, and then move your box to that property, but having to scroll and find it. Got it.
Yep. Yeah. Like it's it's
still not hard. You go to the collection.
Shaq says 0.001%. No, 100%. Yeah. No. And then
you go to a collection, pick your property, move your box to it, put it on.
The totems. I mean, hey, at least the totems are separate from your map asset. Like at least they gave that. I don't know why they didn't just put it in a new tab or something.
Or put it at the top.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right.
Especially if you're a manufacturer that has hundreds or thousands of map assets because you have them in your stores across the Upland metaverse, and you got to scroll through all of them. Now you just put totems all on your one property, and you go to the property and zoom in and do it that way. So. But yeah, it's still a pain. I don't even
think my totems. I think one of my totems, which is interesting, is still at like the manufacturing plant.
Yeah, it is. You got a couple at the manufacturing plant. I'm like, he didn't even move them.
Whatever, man. It's free rent. They could just sit there and not take up space on my properties. Well, I should probably move them to Merced Manor, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, was that January?
Yep, they lost.
Did we miss it?
Red Hook got it.
Yeah. Congrats, Red Hook, though.
Yes. All right. We'll get more into that still. Highest Upland city arbitrages.
Don't use words that you can't even say or give a arbitrage.
Arbitrage.
Is it arbitrage around your neck? Is what that is.
Anyway, these are the cities with the biggest discrepancy between their US dollar floor and their UPX floor. Maybe a good spot to buy them for US dollar and sell for UPX.
Alexa, what's an arbitrage?
We do this all the time.
Oh my God. Never mind. I don't care. It doesn't. I don't think that's the right word. I don't think it's the right word. What is that? Different. What happened to?
I don't know what happened.
Also, can we talk about the fact that here's another thing that really chaps my buns, Upland. First of all, I go to a city and I just want to like buy some cheap properties. Right? I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to Rio. I'm going to buy some cheap properties. So I just do like the zoom out map, and then I do the little like property search thing, like show me all the ones for sale. First of all, how in the hell?
Jail.
That's second. That's second. First, how is there not a filter that removes USD for sale? Like, I'm on my phone. I don't want to go to the web. Like, give me a filter that removes the USD for sale. Holy F in the face. Like, hate it. Stupid. Second of all, jail should absolutely be removed. I stopped trying to buy properties because every single one I clicked was like, yeah, you know what? And you know what? Here's the thing. So here's the thing, Upland. Here's what you need to hear from this is you wanted people to start playing your game more. You want to gamify. I'm excited. I'm pro seasons. I'm here for it. I think it's a great way to make sure that people are engaged with your game and that you're getting the right activities on a monthly basis. I appreciate that you gave a list of 12 with varying complexities and cost parameters, and gave people an entire season to complete the 5 to keep their interest. And I think that that's genius. However, now you have people. I haven't played this game actively in probably 2 years, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I play it very passively at this point because there's not a lot of content for me to consume in comparison to games that I'm used to playing. But now you got me excited. You got me back in. If I didn't have 1,000 other reasons to keep connected to this community, mostly because of the people and things like this podcast, I would have thrown this app out because you got me back and immediately disappointed me in so many places that should have been fixed before this came out. Like, all of these activities that you require me to do should be easy to accomplish from a standpoint of I'm trying to buy shit in your game. Like, I'm trying to spend money now, and you're making it difficult for me to do that. That's a bad design. And the fact that those things weren't addressed before you're forcing players to do these activities to maintain their interest rates is exceedingly concerning. So, yeah, I have a big problem with that. Even though I am super excited about seasons and the seasonal pass, I think that brings a lot to it. But now after playing for the last week, I'm more frustrated with the actual game because some of the stuff that should have been fixed is not fixed after years of this being available. Like, it's kind of mind-blowing to me.
And usually one of us takes one side and the other one jumps to the other side, but I can't even play the other side for you because these are things that have been discussed on and off on the show in the community for 4 years with the basic functions. You know, it started out, Upland was a property trading game, and the filters and the property management tools were something the community's always asked for improvements on it. And, you know, I was trying to buy some low properties just like you, and I spent 10 minutes looking at jailed people. Jail, can't buy that one. And yeah, and some of these things hopefully get worked out here soon, because it would be very frustrating to go through, you know, the next few seasons like this. Hopefully the kinks are worked out and these features are added, because they do have some of these features we're asking in other aspects inside the game. So I don't understand why it's not across all of it. And there should be a way to just, you know, write it off that if this person has a jail code next to them, exclude them from they're just automatically filtered out.
Yeah. It is surprising. Like, it does feel like they don't have somebody, like, I don't know. I was really hoping, you know, they started to let some of the people play the game. I was hoping that they would see it. Yeah. Like, this is basic user interface stuff, guys. I guess it's my fault for assuming, hey, you got the season passes, you got the concept of, you know, doing these activities, like, cool. That in my mind, you got somebody who understood gamers a little bit more. Like, But obviously, if these other things aren't in place, like if I was leading your gamification, I'd be like, guys, we cannot push them to be doing these activities if it's so painful to execute. Like this isn't fun, and it's like it's tedious and painful. Like no one wants to do that. Like that's not. But I want to decorate. Let's be very clear. I want to decorate my properties. I think it's so cool. Like I wouldn't mind. I don't like that I have to put the little box on my property to be able to decorate it, but fine. But like make that super easy. Like make me go into that little thing. And when I select the decoration I want, go, you have to move this to your property first. And then I go, yep. And then it takes it and moves it to that property. And then I select where I want it. And then it puts it on there. Fine. I'm 100% okay with that. Second, okay, I need to fulfill my collections. I have so many collections. Let me easily see which collections I want and then be able to go to a city and find all the properties for sale for that collection. And oh, by the way, remove the jailed people. Why the hell is that stuff even on the market? That's insanely frustrating. Like if you're not going to let me buy it, then take it off the damn market. Like this is basic stuff, guys. Like it's almost, I don't want to say it's unplayable, because there's so many fun aspects to the game. And the thing is, like, I'm getting ramped up to actually start doing totems, which will be interesting to see how that plays out for the next
Oh, now
round.
everybody figured it out for you. You're just going to, here, have a spoon, TML. We can feed you so you can feed your totems.
Yeah. Feed me like a little baby bird. Nom, 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 nom. Like, I don't want to do that hard work. Like, I work hard all day at my day job. I'm not trying to play a game to do more work. If I wanted to do that, I would just do more hours at my job. Like, I'm trying to have fun. I want to decorate properties, build crazy stuff. Like,
well, it's not even that, Rockery. I mean, set a black and white striped color on top of the jail props would be pretty funny, but it also doesn't solve the fact that when you pull up something, you know, one of the other sites to look for the cheapest property, or even just in Upland, as ThankMeLater does, he zooms out and just looks what his explorers buy and searches for it, and everything's in jail. It's just frustrating.
Yeah, it's unreal. Some of these things, and I mean, again, I'm more or less overlooking the performance issues too, like the amount of times my game crashes. Now, granted, I think if I change the settings and things, which I get, like, I'm not even mad at that. Like, I can accept that. Like, if I zoom in to someplace that has a bunch of buildings and I have all the enhanced graphics on and it crashes, or, you know, after going in and out of menus, like clearly you're not clearing the cache or something because it's eating all the RAM and causing it to crash. Like, there's definitely some technical glitches in your actual application. But
Ooh.
like, I'm not even a jailbird in it.
So if they gave a badge for being sent to Alcatraz, would you go to Alcatraz just to earn that badge?
I would be more than upset that they glorified going to jail.
I know they wouldn't do it, but I just wanted to see how tempted you would be.
I mean, honestly, I probably would try. I would try a minor offense that I know I could pay the fee out of. But yeah, I probably would if there was a badge, but they should not glorify it because it's bad because you're breaking terms and conditions.
Right.
I wouldn't say that I'm losing confidence in Upland, because here's the thing. They're still ramping up a lot of great stuff, right? So as frustrated as I am with the actual gameplay, I'm really hoping that this is like easy pickings. Like, this really should be a couple sprints of development, like, that could really change the usability. Like, listen, Upland team, you need to take the next month. I don't give a shit if you don't release anything else new, and just do a quality of life patch. You need to put in these functionalities that make your game more playable. Full stop. I love all the new additions. I'm really excited for all the new additions and the continued expansion of the entire metaverse that you're building. But if you do not take a couple sprints of development and get these quality of life issues resolved, you are shooting yourself in the foot, because it is painful and I don't want it to be. Like, it's time, like, you can't push it off anymore. Like, you gotta put some effort into making this game, like, on these things. Like, and we're good. Like, but it's got to be a big quality of life patch. Like,
and these are fair points that you're making, and you're somebody that's been in the game for 4 years, so it's not like you're a new player coming in making these complaints. You've been in this game 4 years. We've been doing this show for 3.5, almost 4 years now. So this is, it's not, I mean, you're not going anywhere anytime soon, and this is just legit stuff that could enhance the game to make it that much better, especially if you're continuing to want to onboard more and more people that come from the gaming community. And these are expectations, that standards that they're already used to seeing in the games that they play.
Yeah. And here's the thing, and Upland team, if you're listening, my day job, I'm a software architect for a major consulting company. That's my day job. I consult with the largest companies in the world and tell them how to configure their enterprise software to be usable. Please feel free, ping me. I will give you a free consultation on the high value quality of life things that you can do that would make this game so much better. And I would be happy to work with your dev teams and build out a backlog and put together a sprint plan for you at no charge. Like, feel free. Like, I think the fact that there isn't like a player, like the software that I work for it's called like a customer advisory board, right? Like, they should have a player advisory board. Like, and every, month or two, they should go and they should have it and be very public about it, and then show, hey, we listened to the players and here's the top things that they said and here's what we implemented or something, because these quality of life things should have been addressed a long time ago. But again, the seasons is just putting like, you built this bonfire, you poured gasoline over it, and you lit the match, but you didn't give anybody any protective goggles. Like, everyone's just singed their eyebrows. Like, whoa, hold on. We're excited for the bonfire, but y'all, we need to get some foundational stuff right. Also, I want to make, hold on. Who said there was a comment here? I'm watching people cash out as Upland. We're going to talk about investors.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay. All right. We will get back to that. Union rep. Woo, woo. Yeah. Like, let's go. Like, we need the player union. Let's go. I'll make you purr. My player union rep. That's really.
Well, I mean, we went round and round on the. I think you said the same.
Oh, wait, yeah. Point. Hold on, we got to check. Boulder, you still listening, or you mute us? That's my new. Have we beat it to it? Have we beaten it up? So, for context, apparently last week, whatever, I don't even remember what we were going around and around about. In the after show, Boulder's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot because you were going on, and I ended up muting the stream, and I forgot that I had muted it." So that's my new thing. Boulder, if you mute us, you got to put it in private chat so that way I know. Be like, I'm muting you.
Yeah. No, fair points, and we're going around and around on it right now. So it's time to move on, and definitely those are fair points. I agree with you on it, and hopefully, we know the Upland team does listen to this, and hopefully they take it into consideration. Take some quick action to correct these, to improve the quality of life, to make, this gamification that much smoother for people.
Yep. I know they got test servers, man. Throw some test stuff out there. Let us go test it. We'll give you feedback.
Yeah. All right. Back to the show. And don't forget to stop by Spooky Dookies.
Oh my gosh.
London, Chicago, Queens, LA, and then San Francisco's just the UPX Podcast showroom. So that was before we had
it's the original.
It is the original.
UPX
it is the original.
Showroom.
All right, starter cities, Stockton and Trenton. It was different than what we were used to. It was just saying, hey, we're doing the starter cities. We're not telling you when we're releasing it. were doing it with telling you what the collections already are. They were both tier 5 treasure hunting cities. Trenton's got approximately 26,000 properties and Stockton has 96,000. But they told you ahead of time, both of them are about 85% FSA, the Fair Start Act.
I think are they already out?
Yes. But the big news from this
Oh,
is the FSA buyer has died with this change right here. There used to be players that could make pretty good change just going back and forth of buying FSA properties for people, and they'd buy hundreds as long as they stayed under that 100,000 mark. Yeah, but now only 10 FSA properties over the lifetime of their account.
now did they lift the max spend on this, or is it still like because here's the thing. First of all, kudos to Upland. To me, hopefully this doesn't just cause a bunch of new multi accounts, which honestly helps the numbers more. But like the reality is multi accounters going to be multi accounting. But yeah, this was abused pretty heavily and in a very clever way, honestly. Like you had to be smart about it and you had to have some trustworthy people. But I definitely first of all, I definitely took advantage of it on a couple occasions when I needed some FSA properties for like Bones Balboa. There were some FSA buyers. So full disclosure, I definitely benefited from that particular loophole. But I love this idea of like maxing it out at 10. I just hope that they should remove here's what they should do is they should re-baseline it and just remove the cap of your value account and just say everybody gets to purchase 10 FSA properties. Like you get 10 credits on your account that every account can buy 10 FSA properties full stop over the lifetime of your account. So maybe I come in and I buy 1 or 2 FSA properties. I drop a fat mint because there's a really good property that I want that's not FSA that would throw me way out, but like I want to complete a collection, whatever. Like they should give it like Fair Start Act. Fair Start is a fair start. Like give me 10 Fair Start Act properties to buy. Like I get 10 licenses and I get to buy 10 FSA properties over the course of my account. And oh, by the way, bonus, it should be retroactive to every account in Upland because
you're just mad because you never got an FSA because by the time they rolled it out, you had too much in.
Yeah, how the hell is that fair? How is it fair that
you were buying 300 UPX properties in San Francisco? How is that fair?
I mean,
you're whining that you're not getting FSA, but you're buying 500 UPX, 1,000 UPX properties and saying, no, I don't want to hear you're whining on. I want my FSA.
No. Let's be. Hold on. Okay.
No, that's what it is. You're whining that you don't have your FSA properties.
No. Calm down. Take it down a notch. Because honestly, I don't really care that much on this one. Like, yeah, it would be a cool little benefit. I honestly wouldn't even use them. I would keep them. I would keep them. Like I would keep them for like a rare occasion because there have been some times where like I wanted to buy a whole block of properties and there's like one FSA and I'm like, oh damn. Like, so there have been cases where I've wanted to like buy an FSA property. So it would be nice. And here's the other thing is like, that is another gamification aspect of like, hey, by the way, when you top up with buying over $100 worth of UPX or more or whatever, bonus, you get an FSA ticket, like one FSA. You can then give away like FSA licenses as giveaways. So you're not actually, the only benefit is now you can buy these FSA properties like, and well, actually somebody like, yeah, it could be a treasure hunt reward. Like it could be, there's so many different little elements that you could add if you change the FSA process completely and made it like FSA license. So you got like, and they were like usable like account properties.
But remember, they started the Fair Start Act because of players like us that were able to buy these cheaper properties. And that's where we were taking the UPX that we were getting. We were buying the cheaper properties. New players were coming in and we were pricing them out of the game right away.
No. Again, I love the FSA. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna like rebuild the concept, I think that there is an opportunity now that we've been around for a little bit longer, like, and really that I'm thinking about it, like, it makes sense. You're 3,000. Dang.
Ka-chow gotcha.
Ka-chow, you gotta be like that.
For the people listening on the podcast, Ka-chow said, TML, your 3,000 San Francisco properties are FSA. So.
Ouch.
And going back to Rodrigo, the property lines were up, and pretty much the 15% that was available for minting was minted out by non-FSA buyers already in both Stockton and Trenton. So
yeah, so
they were out and about.
I'm just saying, based on how everything's going, and based on, you know, this new limit, it puts a different perspective on it of like, well, what is an FSA buyer, and really what does it mean to buy an FSA property? You don't want whales like us who earn enough. Like, I could buy FSA properties every day, right? Just off of the interest I earn. And I could burn up tons of cheap properties that way. You don't want that. You don't want a new city release to be completely wiped out. If you gave every player 5 FSA, it doesn't really matter. Like, they can't buy 100. They can't go dizzy and go and just buy out an entire, you know, low value neighborhood, right? You're limited. And once you're out, right? And again, maybe there's cool ways to re-up that, because here's the other thing is, the whales are always going to find a way to get these FSA properties one way or another. So if Upland was smart, they would just incorporate it so that way they benefit as well. So that way it's maybe not as easy for a whale to get FSA, but there are ways to access it. And then also, here's the thing. It is really frustrating. I can't tell you the number of new players who come into a game. I can't tell you an app that I play for more than a day that I don't immediately, and sorry, this is going to be a humble brag, but like, that I don't just go immediately to the store and just go whatever the $99.99 bundle is and just buy it. And I go buy it so that way I have whatever the in-game currency is to be able to play as much of the game as I want. That would suck for a player who just comes in and buys that and then immediately prices himself out of FSA. Like, that's a dumb process. Like, that's bad onboarding. You want players to be able to buy in without kneecapping them. So make it say, hey, every account can, and again, maybe it's just new accounts. Yeah, Shaq says that happened to me. Like, every new account gets 10 FSA. Maybe you grandfather, like, if you're in now, you can whatever buy. But I mean, they're capping it at 10 anyway. Like, Wisdom Tooth. So there we go. Like, already people, like, I know so many people this happened to. Plus, here's the thing. Maybe I want to buy one FSA property and then I want to buy a collection. Like, that's what I want. I want to go buy a bunch of higher end properties. But now I've lost the opportunity to buy these really nice like, it's a bad process.
So like, then you just buy the cheap properties and then you go mint your collection properties.
But again, you're expecting a new player to understand that nuance?
No, not at all.
No, when they log in, you should be like, hey, congratulations. Welcome to Upland. As a part of onboarding, we've given you 10 tickets to purchase FSA properties. What's an FSA property? These properties are really cheap properties around the world that are only available if you have this token. So know that these are very valuable and allow you to get into cities that may be bought out or at a higher price at a lower price point, only accessible for these 10. Like, cool, now I understand. So then when I'm looking, I can go, ooh, this is an FSA property. Do I want to use one of my 10 tokens on it or not? And if not, also then I can just go spend a bunch more money in Upland without losing that value. Like, come on. Like, Vegan Van says he likes the idea. I would eliminate the 100,000 K limit. I think it's a bad limit. I think if you're going to cap them at 10 anyway, remove the limit, give them a 10 and just say, hey, here's your 10 tickets. When you're out, you're out. Put it on the thing. Number of FSA available to buy. There you go. Very easy.
Yep. Man, you're on fire tonight.
Man, I tell you what, I guess it's oh man, you know what? November to December. I think I'm 4 months clean. I think this is like my 4-month anniversary of being clean. There it is.
Congratulations.
Man, I'm getting all my brain cells back, y'all.
Here's
Watch out.
4 more months. The big game bundle. This one's interesting. They did increase the price of the bundle to $75, but you can buy in USD or crypto. So they open it up to both sides. You do get 3 NFL passes this time, and one of the passes guaranteed to be a Kansas City or San Francisco or special playoff pass. The interesting thing is they said you can receive a KC or San Francisco pass from any week of the past season. Not just the game, but the past season, and then a 14% chance at a playoff pass. So a little different than how they're doing it, but that will be interesting to watch and see how those passes sell.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we all know like big game feels weird in general.
They can't.
You can't. Yeah. But I guess that's cool. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it, but
no. But I'll jump into that here in a little bit, but that's out there. So the Frost passes, the first drop went this week. Some people were kind of upset with what they got. We didn't think about it or discuss it last week, but if you think about it, Upland always does something for the big game since they've had to deal with the NFLPA. So it was fitting that there was going to be footballs and the football animations and the things that went along with that. And you know what? Next week, we're leading into Valentine's Day. So I would expect the drop to be something a little more along the lines to deal with Valentine's Day. And
I mean, I'll be honest, like the first drop of Frost season to be football, I'm mixed on it. I will say in general, like I didn't realize they were part of the drop because sometimes they do the overlays. And then I thought maybe like 1 or 2 of them were part of the drop. If my understanding is correct, that the drop is all of those overlays. Is that correct? So did anybody not buy the pass in chat? And like, can you go to your account and tell me if you have any big game overlays or if they announced that those overlays were all part of the drop? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out.
And I'm wondering if they kind of mislabeled this first season calling it Frost because it's running from February 1st to March 15th. You have the big game in there. You have Valentine's Day in there. It ends right before St. Patrick's Day. So you would figure you might see the last drop having something to do with St.
I think February is the coldest, snowiest month of the year.
It is.
I did buy it. Overlay is drop. That's what I thought. I just was curious if anybody who didn't buy the pass. Oh, okay. Oh, Boulder, you didn't buy the pass? You cheat. Anyway. So do you not have any overlays? Did you not get any big game overlays? Like when you go to edit your avatar, do you not have any of the overlays? Because I'll be honest. Oh, nice.
Yeah. It looks like I'm puking football. So I did go with that one. They did have the overlay where a football was rolling back and forth.
I mean, that
was really on fire here. The poo's really on fire there.
Yeah, that's pretty extreme. The dancing football is a little creepy.
Yeah.
But I like the animated ball. So I have the animated ball, that first one on mine.
Animated balls. Mm-hmm.
It gives me Charlie Brown when she pulls the football away vibe. And like that's what it gives me. So here's the thing: is if those and they better be permanent. Whoa, how many are you up to?
11.
Have you been like low key trying to pass me and then just not tell me about it until you pass me?
Dude, I've been 3 behind you for a while now. Like
I don't think you're 3 behind me anymore.
You're at 14.
I'm at 14. God.
Yeah. No, you're not.
Yeah. So here's the thing: those better be permanent. So
yes, they should be because that's what drops are. They're supposed to be permanent.
So they better be permanent, and it better not be season locked. Like I swear, if they go to the next season and they take away my overlays, I'm going to be upset. I'm trying to get excited, but it's just animation. Spoiler, every item you ever got in any game ever is just an animation. Like, that's literally all you're buying is a digital animation. Like, what the hell do you think a game item is? Sorry. But that, like...
No, and that was the thing. Some people are like, I paid $7 for a gift.
NFTs.
Yeah. Not NFTs. They paid for a GIF. It's for the people that don't come from gaming backgrounds. You know, I was talking with Shaq the other day, and she's got one of these, like, I think it was like a Christmas tree from early on Clash of Clans. She's playing Clash of Clans still, and she's like been a clan leader 12 years, and she's got like this thing that symbolizes like you're an OG. This stuff means a lot to gamers, and this is something Upland has not seen yet. A lot of our backgrounds aren't the traditional hardcore gamers that, as ThankMeLater said, will go in and buy the biggest bundle available in a store. And
so look, I mean, this is I want to my profile.
Yeah. Now,
like,
and that's the thing.
This is my chop, dude. I'm crushing my chop game, dude. I'm the guild leader of my chop. Look at this monkey guy. He's got the title. He's got the swoosh. He's got like I'm not going to
the swag.
I'm not going to admit on air how much I paid to make sure that I got all the little animations on my avatar. But this is what gamers pay hundreds of dollars for. Literally hundreds of dollars to get their avatar with all the little animations, with all the proper things. Like, that's what we want in a game. Like, that's what gives us the good feels. And especially when they're not tradable. I don't want it to be an NFT because I don't want the next big A to come in a year from now and be able to buy that dancing football. Like, no, you had to be here. Sorry, we're an OG. Like, nope. That's why I like the badges. That's why I'm such a fan of the badges, because you can't go back retroactively and buy those badges. You had to be there for the event. Like, that's what separates gamers from people that just want to pump in money and get something for nothing.
So, yeah. And I would think that next week is Valentine's Day, and then the last week of the Frost is going to be something with St. Patrick's Day, and something's going to deal with Carnival. So you got about 2 mystery weeks in there.
Ka-Chow has spent an ungodly amount of money in this game. So first of all, this is what's hilarious to me, especially from the crypto bros. This is less than gas fees that you pay for absolute garbage projects, for the record. Like, I know y'all are out there spending ridiculous money on garbage NFTs, and you're paying insane gas fees. $7, you cheapo, for 3 weeks worth of content like, what?
6 weeks worth of content.
6 weeks? There's 6 drops?
Yeah.
That's $1 a drop.
Ish.
Get out of here. Y'all are insane. It became clear that he was following you. He immediately set up. He matches you. That's true.
It's not right. Because you talk about your badges all the time. Okay, because you have 13. You brag about having 13, and then they drop the season badge, the first pass badge, so that gives you 14. 13 plus 1 is 14. If I had 10 and I go to 11.
Get off my badge, bro.
I'm not on your badge.
You're on my badge, and it's kind of embarrassing.
It is not.
Oh, let's see.
Anyway, so yes, the badges, and that's the thing with Upland is it's a property trading game, but now they're going towards attracting people that like to play games. Cheese is here. Congratulations. 48 minutes late.
Cheese, welcome to the show.
Nope, thanks for showing up, Cheese. And there's stuff for the crypto people. There's stuff for the people that like racing. There's they're developing these
14 badges.
They're developing these different communities inside Upland, and everything Upland's going to release is people aren't going to be. It's not going to be for everybody. Each thing is not going to be for everybody. So don't get so bent out of shape and think it's the dumbest thing in the world because you don't like it. You know, something's going to come out that you like, that you're really into, and ThankMeLater is going to rip you and call you stupid because you like it anyway. And so
I'm not going to call you stupid. I'm not going to yuck your yum. If you like it, you're cool. Like, you can like whatever you like. I'm gonna rip on Upland if I don't like it. Stop being a bad influence, Cheese. We like Sober Jim. Cheese. Cheese.
all right. So
We'll
the
party
ETH
in
bundle.
Vegas, don't worry.
Yes.
Take that spark. I know. I just had some buildings finish, and then and actually I took it off of my factory because I wanted to go start building buildings for the season. Actually, we didn't get custom. They released generic ones, but not the player. Yeah, I know, that was a bummer.
Yeah. I'm doing good without the whiskey. I was just giving you a hard time, Cheese. Love you, Cheese. The ETH bundle happened. There was a little delays. It was off, then it was back on, and some people had some technical issues. Other people, it ran smoothly. And then I heard the person that got to Rodeo Drive was trying to make some horrible deals to grab another Rodeo Drive property for collections. Like, he wanted a 50K mint. He was trading a less than 50K original mint Manhattan property for a 1.2 million Rodeo Drive property. Like, come on, you just hit the lottery with your ETH bundle of a 10 million plus UPX property, and you're trying to lowball somebody. Come on, be better than that.
Yeah, I hate to hear that.
You'll never be able to sell Spark in ETH, but you'll be able to use it in Sparklet.
Sparklet.
Well, I won't say never. You might be able to. I won't say never, but you know, it's going to be Sparklet in and out of the game.
Yeah, you know, Sparklet's willing to do dirty things for ETH. That's how it got its name, Sparklet.
All right, Monster Mayhem was released.
See, okay, so now I'm not a licensing person, but that is like, it's meant to look exactly like Monster Jam. Like, let's be very clear. I'm a big Monster Jam fan.
That logo in the back definitely resembles a Monster Jam.
I got really excited because I was like, are they announcing a partnership with Monster Jam? Because holy cow, like Gravedigger, son of Gravedigger, I mean, I used to be able to name like all of them. I would go every single year with my family. Love it.
So they had the package. You got one block explorer, one map asset, and it started off kind of slow, and then it really picked up. Like the first couple hours, they really weren't moving, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if it was just everybody was busy when the drop happened or what, but then all of a sudden it just really took off. These were the block explorers you could get. These were the map assets that you could get. Now, what this does is provides you the ability to get in an exclusive ticket for the Mayhem cart sales. And that happens next week, starting on registrations on the 13th, and the sale starts on the 14th. This time, the price is $35, but you're going to get Tiny Monster map assets and the Tiny Monster carts. And what you can do with the Tiny Monster carts is you can merge them to get Tiny Monster trucks or the Monster Mayhem monster truck.
So now, these are not carts. These are actual like in-game trucks.
That's what it sounds like.
That's pretty
cool. It's an MV motor monster truck and Tiny Monster truck. Now, I don't know if the Tiny Monster truck, just because they have the Tiny Monsters on the truck and that's what they're calling it, or if you get a miniature like Micro Machine monster truck.
Okay, so real quick, so confirm me that I'm correct in this, because this is another bugaboo of mine. So I'm building. I remembered like my Spark balance. So I'm trying to build a different property in a different city to do all my season activities, right?
Right.
So now this property barely fits this.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean I'm never going to be able to decorate this property?
If you can't fit a box on it.
That's dumb. Like that makes me rage level mad. That makes me so rage level mad because, and especially for other ones where like people have like centered it, like that's so dumb. I'm so mad at that. Like, I should be able to decorate my freaking properties. The box should not need to be on that property. That's a stupid thing, Upland. That's so stupid.
And yes, these are the monsters that Upland created during the holiday season. Yeah. And Upland did say there's other ways to store boxes, but not for a while. All right.
But like, here's the thing, Upland. You can't go back in usability. Like, you can't introduce a feature that ruins gameplay before you fix it. Like, the way that decorations used to work was fine. Like, and I don't really care if all of my boxes are in one place and then I put them up like, and they're just in use and you just need it in a physical place. Like, this is a virtual game. Like, you make the effing rules. Like, this is stupid. You've made it worse. Like, because I have entire Bones Balboa. I spent so much time getting the perfect size properties for all those things. And now I'm never going to be able to decorate them because of this stupid thing. Like, that sucks. Like, I'm pissed. I spent thousands of dollars on decorations that I can't use now because of this stupid implementation. Pissed.
All right. Speaking of that, we've beat around the bush a lot about the gamified earnings that were announced.
See, and ironically, like so many people are upset about this. I think this is great.
I think it's great too. And usually we don't see eye to eye on this, but it gets people engaged in the game. It drives a lot of the secondary market. A lot of people were complaining about that Upland needed to do something to fix the secondary market. This drives travel to other cities. This drives, I would expect it to drive Spark prices, because if you look on the UPX Spark exchange, it's about 10 UPX per Spark hour. And then if you look at the House of Spark Up Explorer, right now they're sitting at about 10. So both are mirroring. Actually, the House of Spark has one at 10 and then it drops to 9. So House of Spark is just a little cheaper on the Spark rental right now, but a while ago it was down to 5. Yeah, it's doubled. I've seen it approach 13, but it's down a little. But I think a lot of the things we'll talk about here will help drive the Spark hour rate.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be renting some Spark for the first time, probably since Bones Balboa, which would have been like a year and a half ago or more, maybe even 2 years ago now. Because I wanna get some of these properties built. I definitely like some of it. Spark Tycoon is definitely, we heard Spark increasing prior to this because of Spark Tycoon. So shout out to Spark Tycoon. That's driving a lot of activity. If you are a regular player of Upland, this should really excite you, because what this means to you is your earnings are going to be a lot more secure. In my opinion, this buys you a lot more time at that fluffy 14.7. If Upland didn't do this, I fully believe that there would have been a drop to 12% or less across the board. Like, without any doubt in my mind, it would have been 12% or less, probably sub 10 by the end of the year. This ensures that they can keep it at a nice fluffy rate, because the thing is, it's a balance. If they get people doing this activity, then the economy should be growing enough that they can support a higher interest rate. And those inactive players, they're not earning as much. So the risk, the capital risk that Upland is maintaining by having all these inactive whales is dramatically decreased.
And they did put the cap on it, but I think all they did on your UPX earning cap was it just encouraged people to come in, check in, collect their UPX, and check back out. Now, you're going to have to do things to earn it. And if doing the 5 tasks shouldn't be that hard. I do understand for, I did see the comment there that maybe Upland should consider. Now, understand this is the trial run. This is the first season they're doing it, but somebody was talking about having different levels for Uplanders and pros because some of them may struggle. Because some of the items, if you don't have a lot and you're trying to
Well, and here's the thing,
work
though,
your way through it.
but it's not an all or nothing, right? So they did it very smart. And I definitely want to make some videos on like going through, because there's 12. And now what I didn't realize is that the stretch earning is you have to complete all 12.
Yes.
Which again, I would say for the normal player, that is probably extreme. But like in the 1 to 5, each one that you complete gets you more earnings. So if you're only able to complete 4, like it's not that you get 4.9%. It's like you get whatever 13 or something. Like you still get most of the earnings. So you don't even have to complete all of them.
So the only thing that's free is logging in for 7 consecutive days and logging in for 25 days during the season. After that, you have to participate in 5 multiplayer races and win at least 2 of them. You have to buy 6 properties
free,
on the.
But that's free.
That is free. It's not for stakes. So okay, so there's 3 things, and completing 3 tasks will get you to 9.8%.
Well, no, and then there is standard treasure hunts.
Right. But if you don't have a lot of properties, say, if you are
But here's the thing. Let's be honest. If you don't have enough properties to complete standard treasure hunts, and you don't earn enough to compete in standard treasure hunts to pay visitor fees, you don't earn enough that this interest rate makes a fucking difference. Let's be honest.
F-bomb. The F-bomb's back.
I didn't say the full thing. I muted myself. Like, oh, it's free if you own a car. Oh, you have to buy a car. There's no free. Oh, cars ain't.
No.
Okay, sorry. That's true.
So you can get to 2, and it's just a little challenging. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you can collect 5 standard treasures and treasure hunts, but that could be a little challenging.
The standard treasure hunt should be a freebie.
Right. It's free to do, but you got to have enough cents and collect your cents, get your 11 cents, and be able to find it and have enough UPX to go hunting for it. And I get your point that the difference between it on some of these levels, the difference between 9.8 and 14.7, but every little penny matters when you're trying to grind it out.
I don't know, man. I'm sorry. Like, if you don't have enough to do standard treasure hunts because of send fees, if you don't have enough of that kind of stuff, like, you're not, you're like, take the 5, take the 4.9. Like, I'm sorry, you're not putting enough into the game to get anything out of the game. Like, and no, I don't agree with that. I don't think it should be different based on your level. If anything, now what they should do, I'm surprised that you don't get one. You should get 1 complete for having a season pass. Like, it's very weird to me that as a season pass holder, that there's not some sort of benefit to this. That's very standard in gaming. Like, either accelerate some of the activities so you only have to log in 20 days, or you only have to complete 3 treasure hunts, or like to either reduce it or add in as like, hey, if you earn it, then
And this is their first go at it, and they said that it can change per season, and I do agree. Give that incentive to the people that decided to buy the pass and the people that enjoy the pass. Give them something in this too, or have it as a little bonus to get there.
They definitely should. It should definitely be tied in there. And now I will say, like, for me, that extra, because I mean the 3.1, is it technically then it's a 10% increase, right?
15.2% versus the 14.7,
which is 10%, right? It'd be, so if you earned $1 million a month, that would be 100,000 more a month. So in theory,
100,000 more a year, not a month.
Oh, no. If you earned $1 million a month,
right?
If you earned $1 million UPX a month in interest at 14.7,
yep,
getting bumped to 15.2, would be an extra 100,000 a month, would it not?
No, if you have $1 million, you're going to make 147,000 on your interest in the year. Or
No,
you
no,
mean,
no, no, no.
oh, you're
I
earning $1 million
earn-
up. Okay,
I earn
okay.
a
Got
million
you.
UPX in interest
All
in a
right.
month.
Okay.
My monthly earnings, let's say, is $1 million UPX at
Yeah.
14.7.
Right.
If I did all the bonus things and got that extra bump, doesn't that bump me 100,000 a month in earnings?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty close. 96,000, 97,000.
Yeah, right. I mean, somebody with the math can do it.
Yeah.
Wait,
about
we got yeps,
97,000.
we got nopes. I mean, this should not be that hard. So, well,
Yeah, different.
Well, hold on. Let's see. I mean, I'll use my account. Like, I don't care.
Oh, no, it's only a 4% change. I'm sorry. It's not a 10% change. It's only a 4% change.
Well, it's a 10% up. It's because it's 3
Oh,
to
yeah.
3.1.
You're going up. Yep.
So it's an extra 10% more interest, right?
Right.
That's how I guess I looked at it.
I see what you're saying.
So where do I see
it's about a 0.05%.
0.05%.
Or I mean,
I know it's a 0.05% more interest, but then okay, so how do I figure out? Okay, so if at $1 million divided by 14.7 times 15.2.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then according to that, then I only make an extra 32,000 a month, 34,000 a month.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's way less exciting. I got really excited because I was like, dang. Well, so I mean, that tells you, I mean, right there, that tells you the difference of, I mean, that's not a lot at all. Like,
better math. It takes us a minute. We get there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just, I don't, because I was thinking it 3 through 3.1, it would be 10%. It's 10% more anyway. This math is insane. Yeah, we get there. I had to take off my shoes to count it all with my missing toes.
No.
Not even the value of ornament. Yeah. So what I did was I took my $1 million divided by 14.7, then times it by 15.2. Yeah. I don't know that that's how you would do that math. But now I mean, it ends up being 100,000. I mean, I don't know, over the course of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But either way, there's 12 activities. If you get them all done, do you see yourself being challenged with any of these 12?
Dude, Kachel, you're on fire tonight, bro. The real reason you can't listen is because you'll find out adults can't math.
Yeah. Bro, my son was saying he was trying to do a division problem and he was drawing all these boxes with arrows, and he's like, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, buddy. I have no idea. I said, this is how I do it. I showed him long division and he's showing me boxes. I'm like, I can't help you, buddy. I don't know where you went wrong on it, but here's the answer. Yeah, I don't understand new math. So definitely you're right. Adults can't math. Now, do you see yourself having any challenge? Are you going to complete all 12?
I mean, I was thinking about it, but it's hard. It's going to be hard. Like the different building types.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I guess I'd have to build a micro, like because it's 3 or 4 different building types. Or
no, there's enough that you'd have to
no,
do.
I know, but like, is it 3 or 5?
It's more because you got
no. How many? What's the requirement?
5.
Yeah,
5 different models of structures.
5 different models. Even the 5 cheapest models being micro, the 2 small ones, a standard, and an apartment. Like, damn.
And you got to construct them in 3 different cities.
And yeah, so like I got a couple in San Francisco. I just started one in London. Yeah.
Now,
there are
Now,
also,
are you going to win 3 competitive treasures in treasure hunts? Because remind you, treasure hunts are rotating through cities, so they're just not always, the competitive hunts aren't always going on in a city. So you have to find a city, and then beat the people that have been treasure hunting those cities and get 3 wins.
yeah.
I
Sorry,
think that would be the most challenging.
I'm asking Chat GPT this question. If I earn $1 million a month at 14.7 APR, how much would I earn if my APR went to 15.2%? Let's see if Chat GPT can math better than
Now, but for the people that want to participate in 5 multiplayer races, definitely check out the Northumberland track, the official track of the Upland Property Experts podcast there in Nashville, Tennessee, and go race there to get your multiplayer races in. Yeah, so you need a decent amount of Spark or a decent amount of UpX to rent your Spark to complete all those in time in the season.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to, one, help out the secondary market, because people have to buy 6 properties on the secondary market, but you can also work out deals with, hey, I'll buy it for an UpX. So I'll be interested to see how players manipulate that market, because I'll buy it for an UpX, and then after this season, I'll sell it back to you for an UpX. I'll be interested to see how that tracks, because that was the first thing that I thought of right away. You'll just have people selling properties to each other for an UpX or 10 UpX or something. Now, would Upland extend the hand to saying you're manipulating the secondary market and throw you in Alcatraz with no warning?
Well, whatever. At least my properties will still be on the market, taunting everybody. I would agree that there should be a like compete. I don't know. It's hard to. A lot of people jailed recently. Yeah. It's a hard one.
I think they should. I mean, I know you don't want to. You want the community to set the prices, but then when you incentivize it for something like this, you could really crash the secondary market. Yeah, at first, I thought, oh well, this will increase the sales, but as I was talking about it, I'm like, no, people are just going to send the undermint. So now you're really going to see the floor prices drop just so they can do this. So,
well, no, I mean, if the freaking search worked, I would have already bought probably 10 or 12 new properties, because I kind of got addicted. Because once again, you're refreshing the excitement of the game. I'm now thinking about it like, I remember in group chat, I almost bought a property in San Francisco for 500,000 UpX, because
yes,
for the first time in a long time, because of this, I started looking at new properties, because I was like, oh, well, I need to buy them anyway for this competition. So I might as well just start looking. And like, I found one in a neighborhood that I really liked. And I was like, oh, but again, like the general search, like I think most players, there are going to be those who are going to try and gamify everything, who are going to try and beat the system. But for the most part, people like me and other gamers, they're going to, if there's an easy way to just go, let me buy the 3 cheapest properties I want to go buy in Rio. I wanted to go buy in Spain. I wanted to buy some cheap ones in Japan. Like, I just wanted to go and pick and choose some cheap properties and all the things. Or, hey, I want to be able to combine some of these. I want to go and see, hey, what are my collections in Dallas that I need to complete? Make that super easy for me to go Dallas, and then go, oh, these are the ones. And then there should be a thing that's like for sale for UpX, for sale for USD, part of this collection. I should just be able to click a button that shows me all of the properties for sale in that collection, and then just go, I need to buy 3. Buy, let that resolve, and then fill out my collection. Like, why are you making it difficult for me to spend money in your game? That doesn't make any damn sense to me. Like, this is not a fun barrier. Like, make this easy. Come on.
And I did like that they have the travel to 5 different cities, and on both coasts, you do have the ability to travel pretty close between cities pretty cheaply on the train, through San Francisco, Oakland, Fresno, Bakersfield, LA, or if you flip on over to the East Coast, it's pretty cheap to travel between the 5 boroughs, along with now that Trenton's right there, and you also have Rutherford there.
Yeah, and JT, buying unminted properties does not meet 2 birds with 1 stone, because it specifically says buy 6 off the secondary market. So you have to mint properties, and you have to buy secondary.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's talk about this.
Yes.
Upland is not an investment platform.
Ooh, wait. My turn first. You've had a bunch of it. You've had a bunch. My turn. My turn.
No. Take it, brother. Take it.
Yes. So I saw a lot of people angry about this and saying that they're cashing out, they're leaving, they're taking their losses, and they're driving away long-term investors of the game. I didn't know so many people were available to get into the Series A funding and the angel funding of Upland, because those are the investors of the game. And I would expect probably in the next 12 to 18 months, I wouldn't be surprised to see Series B funding roll out through Upland. But Upland has never told us we're investors of the game. They've always referred to us as players. We're not investors. Yes, you can make the argument that we invest time, we invest money, we invest all this, but we are players in a game. It's a play to earn game. You have the potential to make money from it, but we're once again not investors. There's no guaranteed return. Just like anything else, it's a game where we can make money. And the same people that are cashing out are the same people that have been wrecking the secondary market by going into new cities, buying, waiting the required time, and selling under mint, but yet turn around and complain that the secondary market sucks for US dollars, and they're the ones helping drive it. So we need to just understand that we are players. And you're still going to be able to buy and sell properties, you're still going to be able to make money. You just have to work a little. Where can you make 14.7% return on anything, easily? You got to work a little for it. And you've had a 4-year run of it, either being, you had 2 years at 17%, 2 years at 14%, or almost 15%. And now they're just asking you to do a little more so they don't have to cut everybody to 12%, 10%, 9%. Could you imagine that? And the complaints that would happen then if it was cut that low? Here's the opportunity to continue to get your earnings so you can continue to buy properties, continue to develop in the metaverse, and people are just bouncing out because they feel that now they have to work for it, that it's not fair.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
No, man, I think you got this one. Like, you're not an investor, you're a player. I don't care. You're in a game. This is not a crypto. This is not a stock. This is not a buy and hold and flip. Like, this is a game. It's designed for you to play it. That's the drive of it. So yeah, if that's not what you want to do, then yeah, cash out and go buy crypto or go buy stock and just sit there and hope. I like this because you have the power. The people who have made serious money here are people who have taken charge. I can go buy Procter & Gamble stock, and I could go stand at the corner and sling Pringles all day long and Crest and Charmin and go, hey, go buy this. But guess what? Like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to move that stock price. There's really nothing I can do as an individual investor. I have to hope that the company has vision. In here, as a player, I can make strategic moves. I can market myself. I can create my own markets. I can drive my own value. I can do things to actually build wealth in secondary ways. You can play games. Shout out to our boy Green Turtle, who's put in $5 and who is a CE now. Like, that is an account that is valued over 6 figures. Like, there is ways that you can make money, but you actually have to be engaged and play. This is not a sit on your hands and just make free money situation, as much as people wish it was. But yeah.
And Sparklet's coming, so that's a crypto. It's going to be on the exchange. I know it's not the everybody wanted, well, not everybody, but most people were hoping that it would be UPX one day, but Sparklet's still going to be a token, which, will be a crypto and you can trade it on the exchange. This is going to continue to grow into, you're going to need to attract daily players. You're going to need to attract the gamers that want to purchase the passes and any other bundles that they come up with, because Upland's got to keep the lights on too. Yes, they do have different rounds of venture capitalist funding that they can go through too, but also they have to provide value, because it just can't be the same 5,000-10,000 people playing the game, or just, the wash and repeat of the new players coming in, coming out. They want this to be a multifunctioning platform with a virtual economy, and doing things like this help drive and create the economy and help start stabilizing the economy for people to create their brands, be it with map assets or with their block explorer shops, or being able to race, or having car dealerships, so on and so forth. This is the start, and this is the groundwork to see what kind of economy can be built off of this. And that, a lot of people have been saying Upland's doing nothing about these markets and people aren't doing anything. Well, one, it's not Upland's job to promote your business. You opened a meta venture. It's a business. It's a venture. You have to do things to promote yourself. You have to get out there, put your name out there, and do things along that name. Just like Spooky Dookies, go check it out. I'm in London, Chicago, Queens, and Los Angeles. It's building a brand and getting it out there and talking about it. You have to, and you have the opportunity, and it's still early on to design your brand and get it out there. There's a lot of potential, and Upland's going to cater to a lot of different people, so they can get a lot of different people playing, and they come into the community, and you'll have people be able to teach them about the NFTs, about the blockchain, about these different things, and at the same time they can teach you about gaming and the fun things that they enjoy too. It's a melting pot, I see.
Yeah. No, and here's the other thing. Go back to that list. So, you brought up a really good point. Like, actually, a lot of these, let's talk about how many of these benefit players. So all of the things, all the secondary market, that's buying from somebody. That's buying from somebody who's selling, who's sitting there probably trying to sell a property. Like that's going to get them sales. The
multiplayer races, you're going to be at Meta Ventures at the speedways.
The speedways. The ornaments. I spent hundreds of thousands of UPX this week on ornaments because of this. I have now traveled to different cities. I've taken planes, which that revenue goes to the airport owners. I have done sends, which that goes, all of the send fees in the sense of goes to the property owners of the sends. So when you look at these, there's actually a lot of value being driven back into the economy for the players. So this should excite players on multiple rounds. I really didn't even think about it from that aspect, because this isn't all. Notice here, nowhere on here does it say buy UPX. Nowhere here does it say buy something directly from. Is that a serious?
Who's the poo? Who's the turtle? Like, that's the first time we've ever been asked that question.
I don't know if is that a serious question?
I think so. I have the poo emoji that's vomiting on fire, and ThankMeLater is the turtle with the top hat.
Yeah, didn't we both just show our accounts in this?
I think
episode?
so.
Yeah. Anyway,
might not have been watching at that time.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, oh man,
sorry.
No. So again, like I think when I look at this list, there's a lot of things that this activity is going to drive. Value for players. This is going to drive a lot of things, that I think benefit players. So I'm excited to see this for multiple reasons. Because like I said, I didn't have any of the carnival ornaments, and I had to go. I actually traveled multiple cities. I flew to Queens. The ones in Queens are sold out. I took a train to the Bronx, and I had to pay an arm and a leg to get some of these carnival things. And then I realized that I couldn't fit them on the properties to put them up. And then I was just like, at that point, I got kind of pissed and threw my phone. But
so to me, Upland has listened. These are some of the things that players wanted to see. It just might not be obvious. They did not come out and say, hey, this will drive this, and this will spark this, and this will increase this. But, I'm glad that we've realized it and are able to communicate to everyone that's listening and that will watch that, hey, this is going to help the secondary market on a lot of different stuff.
Who'd you send Dookies to?
Me. I saw he had a message before the show. I just didn't have a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
And then they did say that visit 5 different cities using public or private transportation. A little foreshadowing there.
That'd be cool.
And then collection properties have more value because you need to put ornaments on collection props to count on the decorations leaderboard. That too.
I need to get on that. That's what I was trying to do, because I was trying to get 2 for 1 for at least 3 weeks. So that way I was like, I need to get frost ornaments on a property in a collection. And then it just became so infuriating to like so many steps to do it. It was just like, this is stupid. I'm really like, I was like, I'm going to have to like take a Prozac before I play this game now to get this done. Like my blood pressure went out the roof. But yeah, no, again, it's a great discussion. I'm glad we could talk it off. Honestly, like, and here's the other thing. We've been around for 4 years. Every time Upland does anything, there's a bunch of people. And here's my honest belief. These people have been looking for an excuse to be like, this is why I'm cashing out. Bullshit. This isn't why you're cashing out, because you're either bored, which is fair, or you just don't have the stones, you don't like it, like whatever. Don't blame it on some update, and don't be like, oh, well, like these people, there was no saving you, because the people who have been around, they're around for other reasons. You're around for the community. Like you play Upland for more than like, oh, well, I wanted to get rich. If you came into Upland to get rich, you're in the wrong game. Go try some crypto scam somewhere else. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a
options
game.
Tradings.
Like this is about building a community. This is about building something new together. This is a long-term thing. Like,
but you got to blame it on something, Cheese.
Yeah, like I'm so sick every single time. Oh, this is it. I'm cashing. Bye. You know what? I've been around for 4 years and heard every wave of I'm cashing out. This is it. I'm done. Oh, so dramatic. Just take your pennies and leave. We'll be okay. Like, it's fine. Jeez, old Pete's.
Yeah. No. All right. That's all I really had for the show. Anything else you want to talk about there with the overall impact of gamification or the earnings?
No, let's see here. Metaventurist says Upland will need to apply some standards on UGC ornaments, though, because I see people putting out checkmark ornaments builds just to count as an ornament without any artistic merit. Yeah. Go back. There's I pretty much rambled pretty heavily. Oh, maybe that's when Boulder muted me.
Yeah.
When I was saying UGC content. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. I meant to make that. No.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a slide.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Well, look. Here's the thing. On a scale, I'll make this quick. On a scale of 1 to 10 quality wise, let's talk about this real quick. Everything that Upland puts out on average is going to be like a 6 to 7. They're going to have some really cool, like one of one, like artist things that are like 9 and 10, super cool, like really well done art, really rare. And then they're going to have some really bad misses, like some of their Halloween stuff where they just overmint the hell out of it. And they're going to have some 1s and 2s. But 80% is going to be in that 6 and 7. They're the blue chip stock of assets. Like they're going to be very consistent. They're going to hold their value, etc. UGC, there's about 10% at the top. 90% of UGC is going to be garbage. But you're going to have Tosh Shack. You're going to have more cheese. Like you're going to have these fantastic artists that create some of the coolest stuff in the game that is like level 1, level 2 quality, awesome, really, really cool stuff. The rest of it's going to be garbage. So on average, your UGC content is going to be significantly lower than your Upland created content. That's what I'll say about that.
Currently, the issue is right now is, Cat Master J, free market, make crap, watch it not sell. And I've seen people already say that they're lowering their price. Well, if you believe in your product, you don't lower your price, but if it's crap, it's not going to sell. And right now, a lot of the crap is taking up the process of Upland approving these crap things and not getting the good stuff out there too. So it kind of, they haven't had it to a mass approval yet for the content. So it takes a while to get through and the crap's clogging up the pipeline.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, you should lower cheese.
Don't lower them.
No.
Nope. The market will come to you. You're early on, build your inventory, expand your stores. You'll be good.
You're the top. You're the cream of the crop. You don't need to lower it.
Yeah.
Now, others, I've seen your work. Consider getting a new day job.
That is true. One man's crap's another person's treasure.
One man's crap is another man's avatar. So, yeah.
Thanks, Dopest crew.
Yep. There's about to be some Dollar Generals opening up. I believe that. Yeah.
There's some people selling stuff for $1 for 1 UPX. All right. What else do you got?
Nothing.
Oh,
right. Well, no, not nothing. Hey, don't forget to check out UPX World. We're back Saturday streaming for snail spacing, and you did a terrible job crawling there.
Yes, I was watching the same thing too. I'm like, that was horrible.
Fucking awkward as fuck, bro. I did drop some F-bombs there. Sorry.
Yes.
Saturdays, 8 p.m. UPX World. We're doing some stuff with that. Always be creating new community NFT project, art project coming out that's out, and it's super fun. Yeah. Watch me buy that. Keep my gamified earnings. I don't think it like that. There's nothing in there that even relates to it. So there's nothing you can buy that's going to get you your gamified earnings. So
this season, at least.
Not this season.
All right. But yes, until next week, everybody be safe, have fun. We'll see you out there in the metaverse.
The UPX Podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host too stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland property experts, baby, UPX.